All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk Bitcoin. Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for being here this morning. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from, and also hit a thumbs up on the YouTube channel. And I see we've got Eldridge down there visiting South America. Hola, amigo, ¿cómo está? Muy bien, gracias. Jake Hillary, still seeing green. Shane West from Chicago. Shauna Ross, North Carolina. Mona Vasquez from Hanford, California. Bethany Gibbs, Seattle. Nicholas, all the way from Sweden. Desmond Hines, Columbia, South Carolina. Stan Williams, Tampa, Florida. Ray Fountain from Cleveland. Brian Perrymore from Birmingham, Alabama. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get a return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? What vehicle of choice? Make a decision, take action, and stay focused. Do not get distracted. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. So let's go ahead and get kicked off. I've got a meeting in 30 minutes, so I want to make sure I can get some good information in now. What can we learn this morning? What's going on in the markets? As I didn't do a crypto talk yesterday. So right now, the market cap's at $182 billion. That's up 1.4% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is at 50.5%. Last time I looked, it was at 50.2%. So Bitcoin had a little bit of a rise. Over the past hour, it is flatlined at 0. 24 hours is up 1.3%. 7 days is up 7.7% over the last 7 days. The top three coins is flatlined over the past hour, but it's still up. Even Ripple. Ripple's only up 0.6% over the last 7 days. That's surprising. Thought that would be much higher. EOS was up 17%. Bitcoin Cash 24% last 7 days. 24-hour best performer. Lambda 42.3%. Bull Train. See Nebulous, True Chain, EOS top number 4, 7.6%. Look at EOS climbing to number 4 spot. $5, less than 6 cents a coin. $6 a coin. Qcoin shares. Cardano is up 5% over the last 24 hours. Dogecoin, 4.9%. Worst performers in 24 hours. Cosmos, OKB, Aurora, Populous, any top coin here. Electronium has fallen. Negative 1.3. Electronium's down 4.4% over the last 24 hours. Engine Coin. Nothing major up here. Let's see headline news today. I'll start with negative and then go to positive. Emotional Bitcoin bulls are grasping at straws, claims a Bloomberg analyst. So this is a mainstream analyst. Grabbing at straws, okay? Hello, Gina, Mohammed, Patricia Davis, Tony Pinkston. Let's see. A recent article on Bloomberg paints a less optimistic future of the crypto markets than you might typically find this week. Vildana Hadrik reports that the GTI Global Strength Indicator of the Bloomberg Crypto Index, which tracks significant cryptos, has the same trends which led to its previous peak in January 2018. The index and the price of major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum dropped over 65% after that. Analyst calls bull crap on April Fool's Day run. According to analyst Mike McGloon, the current bull trend is suspicious at its very best. He says that exchange volumes and transactions aren't what we should expect in a bull market. Well, one thing I do agree with is I do not believe we are in a bull market right now. That part I do agree with. A highly speculative market rallying on declining volume is not healthy. Typically, you need good, strong volume and transactions to indicate an enduring trend. Bulls appear to be grasping at straws for what best fits their emotional, less rational views and positions. The emotional enthusiasm this past week appears too extreme. The Bitcoin price has risen more than $1,000 since April 1st. The April Fool's Day run, we might call it in historical terms. No one's overly sure what sparked the rally. Before that, Bitcoin had traded within several tight ranges all the way down into the high 2000s at some points for months. Bulls have seized the opportunity to celebrate on social media, and the price of other major cryptos have experienced corresponding gains, or in the case of Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, sees much more substantial percentage gains. Emotional enthusiasm is one way to put it. Fear of missing out is probably another driving force in the buy orders placed over the past 9 days. People who had been waiting for lower prices were likely spurred into action when they saw the Bitcoin price take off out of nowhere. I agree with that. Bitcoin shorts were high in the middle of March, but obviously millions in short calls were liquidated when the bulls took off. 60% plus drop incoming. Ooh, okay, so if the market were to drop 60%, that would put Bitcoin at, hold on, let's pull this up. So a 60% drop, that will put Bitcoin at about 2,600, somewhere around there. 2,600. Ironically, dang, I hate to say this, I actually agree, because I still believe that Bitcoin is going to have one big major drop again before it has a bull. And it looks like the $5,200 mark, if you look at Poloniex, or any of the exchanges for that matter. So if you look at this, the high 52.57, the low 51.24, that's pretty strong over the past couple of weeks. And I look at the buy wall and sell wall, 5,300 seems to be that new barrier, 52.96, 5,300. If it could pass 5,300, it could slide all the way to 5,500. The buy wall, though, is at 51.99. And then it's kind of steep all the way. I mean, really 49.90. I think this is all the fear of missing out people put there, because they were waiting for it to be down here. Because look at this buy walls. I mean, it's 35 or 32, 3,200. It's a pretty big buy wall right there. But I think there's going to be one more correction, and it's going to drop all the way down into this range before it ever gets past this range, 5,800. We'll see. It's not going to impact me either way. You know, when you're in this long term, you're not worried about the price of it right now. The only thing that I care about is I kind of want it to stay low. Maybe I'm biased in that, because I do want it to stay low for as long as possible. We are still at so much of the early stages that we want enough time that we can stack all of our coins. So my opinion on this, and I can admit, is probably biased. I don't want there to be a bull run in 2019. That's because I'm being selfish here. I need more time. I don't even want there to be a bull run in 2020. 2021, yeah, really, really take off 2021. But anyways, 60% drop. According to CoinMarketCap.com, total volume in the Bitcoin market over the past 24 hours at press time was just over $13 billion. On March 13th, it was close to $10 billion. However, during the most bullish month on record, January 2018, when Bitcoin eventually reached a crescendo of nearly $20,000 across most markets, volume ranged from 11 billion to over 23 billion. Volumes were higher as the price began to drop for obvious reasons. There are even more markets now. The addition of stablecoin markets should contribute to increased trading figures. The report may be a sobering warning to those who are expecting loads of new money to enter the market and float the unit price higher and higher. However, the resistance to fantastic run-ups and the realistic nature of the gains may be an indicator of a healthy market. Or as McGlone suggests, the technical indicators could be on the nose. We'll be entering a sell-off before the bulls know what hit them. I agree with that. If that sell-off is anything like the last time the same technical indicator was applied, it could mean a drop to the mid or low $2,000 level for Bitcoin, with corresponding drops across most of the top 10. I got to look at this again. All right. If we're flatlining at around the $5,200 mark right now, and it stays this way for a week, here's what I think might end up happening. These guys are going to say, all right, it's time to take a profit. And they sell. In other words, they put their money in stable coins. And then when the whales start to do that, everybody else is going to follow suit. So at what price could that be? See, we're seeing it bouncing around here, 5,200, 51.24. Every time it hits that 52, this high mark, it kind of bounced back down again. 52.24 right now with in a positive, almost 1%. Is CoinGecko reflecting that same? Yeah. CoinGecko's up 0.1%, 52.51. the rest. Remember, these were green. I mean, these were red when I first started talking. Now, Ripple and Bitcoin, the last hour is moving into the green a little bit. But if it stays hovering there, it's got to break. It's got to break that 5,300 mark. If it doesn't, and it keeps bouncing back below that, then I think the whale's going to say, all right, it's not going to break that $5,300 mark. Let's go ahead and get our profit, and they're going to sell. And then you're going to see this whole graph going from up to down. So we got to time that. Okay. Day traders, you got to time that right. All right, so enough of that article there. Let's see some other news here. To counter that argument, a guy named Bob Loukas. What does Bob Loukas have to say? And I will put this link in the chat box. So Bob Loukas says that Bitcoin is headed to $200,000 a coin. $200,000. In January of 2019, Bob Loukas came seemingly out of nowhere with his first video. In the video, he introduced the idea of the 4-year Bitcoin cycle and went against conventional wisdom by suggesting that the first few price rises in Bitcoin were not separate events, but all part of one large bull market. I have not seen this video. What's he talking about? So this is one I'm definitely gonna have to save for the Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. 73,000 views already? How did I miss this video? 4-year cycle is almost all asset classes of the dominant market cycle. It influences shorter duration. 25-minute video. Okay, I'm going to save that for later. In the video, he introduces the idea of the 4-year Bitcoin cycle and went against conventional wisdom by suggesting the first few price rises in Bitcoin were not separate events, but one large bull market. By following that wisdom, we can see that the recent price spike marks the beginning of the 4th Bitcoin cycle. That's the topic of Bob Loukas' latest video. And it's gaining a lot of attention in the crypto community. The 4-year cycle, according to Loukas, each 4-year cycle begins just after the bear market of the previous cycle ends. In this case, the December lows of 2018 mark the end of the prior 4-year cycle. And although prices may be higher than they were a month or two ago, Loukas reminds his viewers it is not too late to be invested or fully invested. In looking at price growth, Loukas points out that the cycles in the crypto market tend to be right-facing. That is, most of the growth during a bull market happens towards the end, and there is disproportionately little growth during the first stages of a bull market. We saw this clearly in the previous bull market, where Bitcoin went up more in 1 month, November and December 2017, than it did in the last 3 years and 11 months combined. If this trend repeats itself, which Loukas believes it will, it means that the crypto market might not recover to previous all-time highs until late 2020 or early 2020. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Didn't I say that in the last article? I hope it doesn't do it until 2021. So he's saying it's not going to recover to previous all-time highs, which is that $20,000 range, until late 2020 or early 2021. I'm okay with that. It might slow things down a bit, especially for us holding green. Push that back a bit, but I'm okay with that. However, Loukas claims that from there on out, as long as Bitcoin and crypto as a whole follow a similar pattern to previous markets, the bull run will happen. And it'll happen quickly as prices double and triple in a matter of months. The new all-time high. While Loukas is hesitant to call for exact numbers, he has stated that $200,000 is my target. However, accounting for high investor enthusiasm, Loukas goes on to say, but this could overshoot. I think possibly even as high as the $300,000 level is possible and not out of question. What's his timetable for this, though? Who wouldn't like to see $300,000 Bitcoin? It could happen, but if it does, it will take time. Perhaps the most important takeaway from Loukas' video is patience. The largest gains happen towards the end of the bull market, while it might be tempting to sell when Bitcoin hits $50,000. If Loukas is right, it could easily go 4 times from there. Yeah, but I want to know his time. So if 2021 when it starts there, 2021. You know who else said that same year? I call him the Oracle, Rob Harris, the pinnacle leader within KGX. He said the same thing. He said 2021. I'm going to pay attention to that. All right. You guys know what happens in 2020, though. May 2020, halving takes place. Halving takes place. I am missing an article here. Oh, there it is. Okay, this one is about adoption, Bitcoin adoption in America. So it states that Bitcoin available within 5 miles of 90% of Americans. 5 miles? What are you talking about? You get Bitcoin on the internet. Oh, are you saying ATM machines? Coinstar has partnered with CoinMe, and the results so far are phenomenal. Coinstar, which for years has allowed individuals to turn their coins into gift certificates or cash, has consumer trust and kiosks located all over America. CoinMe, which was the first Bitcoin ATM operator to become licensed in the United States, has the technical expertise to facilitate the buying of Bitcoin from a kiosk or ATM. Together, they're proving that there is a demand for what they have to offer. Bitcoin has a trust problem. Although holders understand why Bitcoin is trustworthy, with miners securing the network and immutable transactions, the world at large is more skeptical. Up to now, that's meant millions of people being too wary to buy Bitcoin, if not because they believe it's an outright scam, then because they're not sure how to do it without losing their money. Coinstar is changing that. Says Neil Berquist, CEO of Coinstar, that's something that's been missing in the marketplace today. Even today is that trust factor. With this partnership, you can walk into a grocery store with a brand that you trust and buy Bitcoin through a license exchange partnership. It's a key piece of infrastructure for the digital currency economy. That's really big news. Reportedly, Coinstar kiosks receive 315 million impressions a week. Many of the people who walk past their kiosks have used them before and trust the service. If even just a fraction of those customers decide to buy Bitcoin through Coinstar, that could translate to tens of millions of dollars of fresh money injected into the market. At this time, it's only possible to buy Bitcoin at about 2,000 of Coinstar's kiosks. However, plans are in place to increase that number to over 78,000 locations in the coming years. Let me ask this question again. Is this happening whether you like it or not? Yes. Does it matter if you believe in Bitcoin or not? No. What's one of the things I've been saying this since 2017. That one day you're going to wake up, or you're going to be driving around town, and you're going to see Bitcoin ATM machines all over the place. I've been saying that. And here we are. Here's some proof. While many of these kiosks are in locations that cater to more traditional consumers, like Walmarts in rural areas, Coinstar has stated that there hasn't been any pushback from retailers. It does not seem like store owners or executives are worried about Bitcoin being sold in their stores. This demonstrates a positive, if small, move towards the legitimacy of the cryptocurrency. Further, Berquist has stated that once this story gets out and people learn that the product has grown 17% week over week, then they'll start taking it seriously. This continued growth proves that people really are interested in Bitcoin. And if given an easy way to buy it, they will do so. With the growing number of people buying Bitcoin from Coinstar, it appears that at some point the demand might reach a tipping point. Once enough people have successfully purchased Bitcoin, they'll be likely to tell their friends and family. As they do so and the word spread, adoption could take off in an exponential way. This will be great for Coinstar, CoinMe, and for the cryptocurrency ecosystem as a whole. It's like a domino effect. Everywhere you look, the space is growing. The infrastructure is being built. And then the people at the end of the day will say, okay, I guess I'll use it. You want to be involved before that happens. Pat yourselves on the back. Only 0.4% of the human population is engaged in crypto. 0.4%, not even 0.5% of the human population. With us, that puts you in the top 1 percentile of people alive today. That means there's enough money to go around that every single one in that top 1 percentile in crypto can be millionaires. Every single one. Shame on you if you don't become a crypto millionaire, knowing what you know right now and being involved where you are right now. There's no excuse. It is completely in every single one of your hands to become a crypto millionaire. You want to know probably the most easiest guarantee, I don't want to use that word guaranteed way. Let's say you own 5 Bitcoin and you hold on to it for the next 10 years. 5. And if they're saying that Bitcoin is going to be worth more than $200,000 a coin, your 5 coins is now worth over $1 million. Your 5 coins combined. That's just if you bought it, you never went through education, you didn't understand it, you didn't want to do it, you didn't want to learn nothing, you didn't want to invest in any opportunities or mining or learning how to trade or doing any of that stuff. All you did was bought 5 Bitcoin, put it in a Trezor or Ledger wallet, and forgot about it for 10 years. But what about those of you that are actively engaged? Where do you think you're going to be 5, 10 years from now? This is exciting times. All right, my time is up. I hope you guys learned something new. As always, that is the point. Bitcoin Brandon out. Have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.